Pave Days of Christmas Leadership Series, focusing on breaking up with self-sabotage. I have to say, I hope you have been enjoying these episodes. I have been enjoying making them for you. It has been the one thing that has gotten me out of my funk as I'm recovering from this cold or whatever it is that I have here. So, on the sixth day of Christmas, my true self gave to me the opportunity to shed a layer of relentless rationality. Do you like that? I think it would be safe for me to say that we all know leadership requires a balance of both heart and mind. But sometimes that hyper-rational piece of ourselves can take the wheel a little too often. Picture this. You're in the middle of making a crucial decision, weighing pros and cons, analyzing data, and suddenly you realize the hyper-rational part of you is drowning out the whispers of intuition and empathy. This is time for a breakup, a conscious uncoupling, if you will. So, how do you break up with the hyper-rational piece of yourself without losing the analytical skills that are crucial to effective leadership? The first step is to acknowledge the breakup. Take a moment to recognize that you've been relying too heavily on the hyper-rational side of yourself. It's not about banishing it. It's about finding a healthy balance. If, as you're listening to this, you're like, Cynthia, I can't even, I just want to invite you to explore some ways to be even 10% outside of your comfort zone. And you might hear some opportunities as we continue with this episode. Step 2 is embracing the emotional side. When we recognize the value of emotions and intuition in decision making, it's a game changer because sometimes the best choices are made from the heart, not from a spreadsheet. You know this. You probably didn't consult a spreadsheet when you asked your partner to marry you, right? Like it just may not have been what you did. You might do that to buy a couch, but maybe not for your partner. So for me, when I'm hijacked by this saboteur myself, I can tell. And I'm going to share with you how I can tell. When my focus is on being right over being happy. As I mentioned yesterday, you will always know if you're sabotaging yourself down deep by how you feel. Step 3, create a ritual. Breakups often call for closure, don't you think? So why not create a symbolic ritual to signify this shift? Write a letter to your hyper-rational self, expressing gratitude for its strengths, but also acknowledging the need for a more holistic approach. And if you're into rituals, perhaps symbolically burning or tearing up this letter as you write it can represent a letting go for you. Or you might want to engage in a creative pursuit or a mindfulness practice to connect with your emotions and break free from excessive rationality. If this sounds and feels really hard for you, I want to offer just even spending some time, a few minutes researching a feelings wheel can raise your awareness in ways you might never know otherwise. I would just invite you to be curious. Step 4 is to engage in mindfulness practices. Whether it's meditation, deep breathing, or simply taking a walk in nature, engage in practices that help you stay present and tap into your more intuitive side. And finally, step 5, surround yourself with diverse perspectives. Seek input from others who bring a different view to the table, which enriches your decision-making process and helps keep that hyper-rational part of you in check. Breaking up with the hyper-rational self is an ongoing process. I can't get my words out today. It's not about dismissing logic, but rather integrating it with the emotional intelligence that makes us truly effective at leading ourselves and others through this life. The rational mind is a great tool, and it really limits relationships with ourselves and others when it's the only tool we use in our toolbox. And you have many, many more tools to use. So that's a wrap for today's special episode of Who Are You to Lead Anyway? I want to leave you with this. Leadership is a journey of self-discovery, and sometimes breaking up with certain aspects of ourselves is the key to unlocking new levels of authenticity and effectiveness and peace and joy. So as always, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and share the podcast with someone who might benefit from our conversation. And I'll be back tomorrow to talk about people pleasing. And in the meantime, stay authentic, mindful, and lead with heart. See you tomorrow.